Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Take on Tottenham. My name is Ben, and this is my take on Tottenham. And full-time result: Leeds 0, Tottenham 4. Bit of a, I always say it's a bit of a bizarre game, very odd game to watch. A good game to watch, of course, but we'll get into it. I have to start off with the news of the week, I guess, is that Antonio Conte, after Tuesday or Wednesday, was it? I think it was Tuesday night. He's apparently committed to Spurs, so that's good to see. As I said in my video, I believed it was a very reactionary interview. Obviously upset, and of course, it is what it is. Really, we know what he's like. I called out I called out his reactions of when we win, it's the best thing he's ever done, and when he loses, it's like, oh, the worst thing ever. I admire his emotion in the game, of course, but I did feel, you've got to criticise these things when you see them, and I don't like seeing that after every game, after every win or loss. It's always the end of the world or the best thing that's ever happened to the club type feeling, and it's not good to see. So I'm glad he's kind of basically came out in the week and I don't know, kind of undone all the words that came out of that interview after the Burnley loss. So that was good to see. He says he's committed. Says him and Levy get on well. We will obviously have to wait and see. For me, as I've said all the time since Conte was appointed, this season we'll do the best we can, hopefully, and get the best result that we can. But next season's going to be the one. The summer transfer window, that'll be the one to really make judgments on. So, but anyway, that's a whole different thing. We're talking about the match, and yeah, really good response from Spurs. Like I said, very odd match. Leeds, with their very odd playing style that they have. You can either lose 4-0 or win 6-0 or draw 4-4 or whatever. It's just one of those games, and we'll get into it. But Spurs winning 4-0 away, most teams would be happy about that, and I am obviously very happy, but I do think there are some criticisms of Tottenham still in the performance. We'll get into them. It's not necessarily criticism of Tottenham, should I say. It's more Leeds, had they been more clinical, it could have been a very different day today. But let's get into the match. So, no Lucas Moura on the team sheet at all. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't read anything about any injuries, but there's no Moura at all, so that was quite bizarre. Sessegnon still rocking that left wing back role, and I'm really, really happy for him because I'm a huge fan of Ryan Sessegnon. I really am. I was really happy when Spurs signed him a couple of years ago, and I wanted Spurs to sign him a couple of years prior to that because I really thought him under Poch would be really brilliant. So I was really desperate for Spurs to get him, and they kind of got him the season that Poch got sacked, of course. And I've just been wanting him to get his role. And I'm not saying he's the perfect left wing back. I'm not saying he's the answer to Tottenham's problems in the wing back areas or anything like that. But I just think it's one of those, really, isn't it? I think he's getting a chance, and that's the main thing. And I think, obviously, Antonio Conte's seeing something, so that's obviously really good. Reguilon's just sitting on the bench, not helping my FPL team at all, which is really great. But yeah, I'm really, really happy for Sessegnon, and I know he's not had he's not played every game to perfection at all, but he's shown a lot of improvement every single game, and I think that's really great for him. What was I say? Winks and Højbjerg. Sorry, I was really worried about in midfield because last time I think they played in midfield together. They're quite defensive, and we usually don't play well when those two are a partnership in the middle of the park, but they seem to do okay today, so that was good. And Matt Doherty was in for Emerson Royale on the right side, which I'm really not that bothered about, to be honest. I think it's one of those, it's the best of a bad situation, really. We're struggling a lot with a right wing back who knows what they're doing. And to be honest, I think Matt Doherty is probably a better shout at the minute. I think Emerson Royale is really, really being poor. So that was good to see. And Conte's trying to change his system up a bit, so that was good. Very scrappy start. Very scrappy start. A lot of tackles going in. Neither team really being able to hold on to possession much. And Spurs managed to get an early goal, which was really good to see. It was a brilliant ball from Harry Winks to set up Ryan Sessegnon down the left. Spurs using their wing backs. It actually worked today. They actually got involved in the game going forward. It was really good to see. And both of them as well. Great, Sessegnon made a really good run. Brilliant cross, low cross all the way across the box for Matt Doherty, who absolutely ran his heart out to get there, and he scored. And it was a bit of a collector's item. It was good to see Matt Doherty score a goal and get forward and do what he used to do at Wolves. It was really good to see. And literally not far after that, we had another goal from, I believe he likes to be called Decky. For Dejan Kulusevski. I don't know if I'm going to keep calling him Decky or I might just keep calling him Kulusevski. But for this video, we'll call him Decky. Brilliant goal from Decky. Fantastic finish. Kind of solo goal. Matt Doherty was in there to help out again. Decky got hold of the ball and he looked like he was setting himself up to shoot it onto the far post. Because obviously left foot. It really looked like he was going to try and tuck it on the far side, and he just pulled it in the side. Really great goal. I thought it was a deflection in the end, but it was all Kulusevski. Brilliant goal, and really, really good. And 2-0 up. Good start from Spurs. Leeds then hit the post immediately after the second goal, and I was just like, this was just traditional. We just stopped concentrating and let Leeds through, and they nearly got a goal. Luckily it hit the post and went out. I think Romero got it away, and the Spurs then went and got their third, and it was a really brilliant ball from Højbjerg. Really top-notch ball, who set up Kane, who had an amazing finish. He's got no right to finish the ball the way he did, and it was an amazing goal. Really tidy, clean volley on the side of his foot, and it's such an acute angle to the goal, and he's slotted past is it Melia? I don't know, I can't remember. Brilliant finish from Harry Kane, and again showing today back to his best type form. Really good stuff. And the run as well, I must say, the run that Kane did for that goal was literally timed to perfection. The VAR lines are up there, and it was absolutely just, he couldn't have timed it. Literally, if it had been half a second later, he would have been offside. If it had been half a second sooner, he would have definitely been onside. Of course. Why did you say that? But yeah, anyway, it was a brilliantly timed run, an excellent goal. And we had to defend a lot. I know the scoreline is 4-0, but there was a lot of defending needed in this game, because as we know, Leeds are like this. They attack, regardless of what happens at the back. And Spurs 3-0 up had to defend, and it's the sort of game that if they got a goal back before half time, it changes the complexion of the game. They come out 2 goals to get the difference. Second half, that team talk completely changes for both managers, and I just really felt that Spurs had to defend, and as I said earlier, Leeds, for all their huffing and puffing, they had a lot of chances that they wasted. You've got to criticise that really on a Leeds perspective. If they took their chances today, this could have been a 4-4 type game. It really was. Leeds had so many chances and absolutely wasted every single one of them, really. One of them in particular coming up in the second half, we'll get into that. But yeah, really, I'd be quite worried if I was a Leeds fan. Not to say, I really like Leeds. I think they're a great addition to the Premier League. I love watching them play. But I'd be a bit worried if I was them. It's one of those, really, isn't it? I think they kind of need a couple of running games around, get points to the teams around them at the minute, because they played us, Man United recently. So it's one of those. But second half came out scrappy. Again, Spurs trying to just not concede. Again, change the game if they did. And it was a game that was all about second half it was all about game management, and I felt Spurs did it. Like I said, I know Leeds wasted chances, but Spurs did deal with it defensively as well. Sessegnon went really close. Matt Doherty again brilliant run down the side. Sent a lovely ball across for Sessegnon, who just missed it and then made contact with the post after that. But it was a really close chance, really good chance. It was good to see those wing backs not only getting forward and creating chances, but actually interacting with each other, and I thought that was really cool. And like I said, Matt Doherty getting forward and getting into that space, I thought he was really good today, Matt Doherty. I thought he was excellent. Kulusevski had a chance that was saved, really good chance from him. Got it onto his left foot. I felt as good as I thought Sessegnon was today. I thought he had a really good game. I felt we were conceding a lot of silly fouls on the left side. That was a bit of a shame to see, because Leeds, again, those chances that they were creating, they were whipping free kicks in from that side. And I think very early on, actually, in the first minute of the game, they had a free kick that we conceded, and it was a header that was just flashed wide. But again, it was one of those. If Leeds had took those chances, it could have been a very different game today. We had to talk about the big chance that Leeds had. Oh man, I'd be fuming having watched it. I felt bad for Leeds having not scored it, and it's not even my team. Sessegnon gave the ball away, and Leeds had a counter attack, and it was I think it was Dallas running through, and he was 1-on-1. He was on his own basically. Sessegnon was trying to run with him. Lloris came out, made a tackle, but gave the ball straight back to Dallas, who got past Lloris, who it looked like he tried to trip him and then decided to pull out because he knew it'd be a red card. Dallas is running through to the goal, open goal I think Sessegnon was on the goal line trying to block it. And he had Rodrigo as well, who was unmarked on the right side. Ben Davies, like a bloody bull, just ran out of nowhere and tackled Dallas and got it away. But Stuart Dallas had so much time, a completely empty goal virtually with just Sessegnon there. Massive chance. I have no idea what he was thinking, not shooting or even passing to Rodrigo. I have no idea what was going on, but it was a huge chance and it was a big miss for Leeds. That could have changed the game if they'd scored it. They had enough time still to get goals back. Big miss. Good from Sessegnon to get back on the goal line though. From his mistake, it might have been enough to put Dallas off. But big chance. Emerson had a big chance as well. Harry Kane, beautiful ball through to Royale, who had seemed like more simple kind of take it around the keeper, but he just messed it up and he just acted a bit nonchalant about it. And that was kind of frustrating to see. A brilliant ball though from Kane on that one, and then we got the fourth goal right towards the end of the game. Amazing pass. I said Kane had no right to score the goal that he scored earlier, but he had no right to play the ball that he did to Sonny. It was an amazing assist for Sonny, who picked out just perfectly. Sonny ran, made the run forwards. Kane put it on a plate for him, and brilliant finish from Sonny. 4-0, game over really, and that was it. And I've got to say as well, because full time at that point. Kane and Son, Sonny have had a record now, 37 combination goals working together between assists and goals between each other. A record 37. It's the most ever in Premier League history. It's really good to see. Obviously, I think to be up there with the likes of Didier Drogba. I can't remember. Is it Drogba and Lampard? I think and. Is it Henry and Bergkamp or Henry and Pires? I can't remember, but legends of the game. For them to be at the top of that now, it's a really good record to have. They just complement each other so well. I know they don't play every single game like that, and there's games that they just sometimes don't seem to link up. But I think for them to, they have such a good partnership. Considering they're not a strike partnership, they're not playing as a two up front. Kane is very much the focal point of the attack, but Sonny and Kane, they just have that connection where they just seem to know where the other one is going to be, and I felt like it was really obviously present last season when they just had that run where they were just, every single game they were doing it. But yeah, they just seem to really just have this connection where they just know where the other one is, and it's really great to see, and massive congratulations to that, because it's quite a record to have, really, isn't it? So next in action, we are in the FA Cup on Tuesday night. I think it's Tuesday night against Middlesbrough. Very difficult game. I think it's going to be very difficult. Chris Wilder as well. Very organised manager, sets his teams up very well. And obviously they knocked out Man United in the last rounds, and it's away at Middlesbrough, and they'll be very much up for it. So it'll be a very difficult game. Not taking it for granted, and we're gonna have to be on the A game, name a strong team as well. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But big win for Spurs. They needed it after midweek disappointment. Yeah, the table still is how it is. It's gonna chop and change for many more weeks to come. Arsenal picked up points in midweek against Wolves. Obviously, top four rivals Wolves, because they're looking very good at the minute. Big win for Arsenal, of course, with that as well. Taking points off those around you. West Ham as well, also going to be in action. Man U. There's so many teams involved at the minute with that top four race. So Spurs just got to keep going. Good response. Just got to keep going. So yeah. It will mean nothing if they go into. I know next game's not Premier League, but next game in the league, as great as the win was against Man City, it meant nothing really if we went and lost against Burnley, which we did. So, got to find some bloody consistency now. It's always been the problem with Spurs, never have consistency. So, so we'll see you guys on Tuesday in that video. If you like what you've seen, please hit the subscribe button, like, comment, all that. Let me know what you thought about the game. And like I said, Spurs just lucky that Leeds wasted chances today, because it could have been different game. So let me know what you thought about it down below, and I will see you guys again on Tuesday in the FA Cup. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. And as always, come on, you Spurs.